Hey everybody, it's me Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 Hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourselves today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in our nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically, set attention to your mind, and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. So, today I'm going to talk on WHO, World Health Organization, and how they are connected to a global cult, and how Bill Gates is running WHO through Ted Ross, and also WHO, World Health Organization, being founded by the Rockefeller family, and how they're also controlling human perception, okay, and also controlling reality, human reality as well. So let's get right into this. All right, so I guess to start, WHO, WHO is an acronym for World Health Organization. All right, and you can I guess you can read up on WHO, but they're pretty much just the World Health Organization. They were put together by the Rockefeller family, or founded by the Rockefeller family, and the Rockefeller family pretty much is they chose Bill Gates to pretty much handle things with WHO, on some level, which then the Rockefeller family and Bill Gates together decided Ted Ross to pretty much be the head and organize, at WHO. So they're all in this together, they're all kind of just scheming together, so there's this global cult, and this cult is they're not human, okay. They're just not human. They're not human force, okay, non-human force. And this cult, they're pretty much they took control of the media for one, and this is why you see that I want to say like 95 or more percent of all media is owned, it's owned by some asset management firm or corporations, and it's these people who own the media that are deciding it. But these people who own the media are also are in connection with the Rockefeller family as well. So these families, they are controlling human perception. For one, the media is used to cast illusions. Television is pretty much programming. That's why it's called television programs, because they're using television to program you. So it's all information, right? And information, what information you are fed, what information you feed yourself, is going to have a certain influence over your perception, okay. So whatever information you're being fed, your perception is going to pretty much be altered accordingly, and once your perception is altered, your reality is altered, because your reality is perception. Whatever you perceive is your reality, very, very simply. All they have to do is put out certain information through 95% or more of the media, and they can control human perception in that way, and human reality, and the course of human existence. Okay, so and this is the global cult. This is the global cult. They took control of the media long time ago. So they've had the media in control for some time now, and they're pretty much deciding the reality of humanity. Okay, and they're not humans. They're not humans. So it can be a type of farming. You know. It can most definitely be. I don't know exactly what the name of the cult is, but they're not human. You can maybe say that they're perhaps like maybe technological beings, or like cybernetic being, or you can even say they're reptilian, or maybe even ET beings, you know. But there's even more. There's more than this. These are just some of the ones that they could be consisted of. Definitely not human though. So they I want to say that they are also farming humanity through this very system of control. And who I talked about who being able to commence global lockdown, and this happened at the last Davos. Who was pretty much, they have established for themselves that they are able to commence a global lockdown, if the emergency is drastic enough. So if there's another pandemic that happens like COVID, a global pandemic, and it escalates to a certain climax, then WHO has definitely given themselves permission to commence global lockdown this time. Okay, so now you got to understand that WHO is founded by the Rockefeller. They've chosen Bill Gates to do to take care of it, and Bill Gates further chose Ted Ross to organize things, for WHO. So these are all the people that can lock the globe down. The Rockefellers, Bill Gates, and Ted Ross. These people have permitted themselves to be able to lock the globe down if the emergency escalates. Which they can also decide for themselves to decide. They can also decide for themselves to make the decision of hold up, to make the decision of to be able to decide if it's drastic enough. So like they're pretty much deciding if the next pandemic is going to be drastic enough to pretty much commence global lockdown. So they're just deciding the whole thing, and it's not really something that is happening of it's more just being schemed. So it's pretty much just a global occult. They're just taking over, and they're just locking the globe down, during these times. And it's all because they're trying to control human perception. Okay, they're trying to control human reality, for one. Information. They can use all of these systems of control to program and pretty much transmit certain information that is going to alter the perception in the way that they would want, and that's further going to alter reality simultaneously, because perception is reality, and it's very, very easy for them to alter one's perception, especially through media. This is why a lot of people who were talking about COVID, the pandemic, during the spikes of the pandemic, and like revealing or like giving information about what they were intuitively pulling in from like source, were just being deleted. Their channels were being terminated by the degree of medical information, or the medical information was literally the main thing, when people weren't even talking about anything misinforming. And this was because they were going against who? Symbolically, they're going against who? And that whole system is very, very corrupt, and they're just here to keep the lockdown going for as long as they can, because it's a slaughter, or it's a plantation, or it's a farm, a farm for human beings. You visit like a farm for pig or something. That's exactly what this is, but for people. There's higher intelligent beings who are making up this cult, and they have the intelligence to farm humanity, and that's all it is. It's just a farm that we're living on, okay? And they don't have a problem commercializing nature, and consuming things to the very last bit of it. Even if they say that they're building it simultaneously, it's just to alter perception and keep it this way. We're no longer natural beings. We're more just like commercialized fruit. Like if you think of the banana is like a perfect example of this. So there's the Cavendish banana. It doesn't have seeds anymore. It's just a clone, and it's been being cloned since its birth. Since like the 1950s. It's been continuously being cloned over and over. This is the same thing with humanity right now. It's just that we're clones, because we are literally eating clones. We are clones, and they're just literally experimenting on us in a mass amount. So what to do about this? I don't really know. You would want to get out of the matrix. Obviously, you would want to get out into nature, because that would probably just be the best thing to do. But it is global status, it's a global thing now, so everybody has to deal with this. Even if you're not living in like a society or something, you're still going to be able to feel this on multi dimensions, so you have to, I guess, you have to get involved with it in some way, but you should definitely do what you feel that you need to do to be able to pitch in to maybe liberating the globe, or maybe even trying to revive it from some decayed state, for the ascension. But let me see. I'm going to talk also on Rockefellers. They're also the ones to put together the frequency of 440. They were there for that whole thing, or they're the ones who put this together. So like, it used to be that we would go accordingly to universal resonance, which is 432 hertz. This is the universal frequency, and it opens up a lot because it equals to 9. 4 plus 3 plus 2 is 9. So, and 9 is a mystical numbers. 3, 6, 9. These are all spiritual numbers. But then they made it to where it was 440 hertz. They wanted to start using 440 hertz back in the 1900s. I think it is the 1900s. The Rockefellers are behind this too. And 440, it equals out to 8. So this is balanced, but it's not equaling out to 9, and it needs to equal out to 9 because this is what brings about the resonant state. Whenever you get down to it, 440 is not as spacious as 432 hertz is, so there's less resonance, and this puts you out of harmony with the universe. And this is 440 is what the industries use for most frequency, so this most definitely is affecting the earth and they did this on purpose as well, so you can see how very cunning they are, very clever, elite family. They are most definitely here to keep things in a lower state, so that they can just commercialize things and keep control. But I want to say that it's coming to an end very, very soon here. But I'll get into that part of it maybe in another video. Right now I'm just here to talk a little bit on who and how they're connected with Rockefeller. Bill Gates is also in connection. Bill Gates is also hosting the what is ScopeX experimentation, where they're trying to block out the sun, with calcium carbonate, and then make a whole technology for controlling the sun rays and what is allowed into the earth. So they're definitely up to some stuff here. Maybe they're trying to turn the earth into like a Death Star, or like some type of station or something. But it's pretty much it for today's video. Once again, maybe I'll go in depth on this if I do a little bit more research for y'all. But that's pretty much it once again. So peace out, one love, and have a great morning.